What up, what up, what up? It's K.Honesty, and I'm about to do a review of Tyler Perry's The Oval, Season 6, Episode 3. So if you haven't seen Episode 3 of Season 6 of Tyler Perry's The Oval, turn this video off, go watch the episode, and come back and watch this review. And please like the review and subscribe to my channel. It's a simple, free, anonymous, easy way to support my channel. And as you can see, I am not a public speaker. I will tend to slow my speaking down when I need to rethink something, or I may stop talking altogether to regain my thoughts. You're gonna hear me say you're gonna hear me say so like 1,000 times. I'm gonna definitely be looking at my notes that I take throughout the show. Anything I say is my opinion. It does not reflect anyone or anything associated with the show. And comment below what you would grade this week's episode, what you thought of this week's episode. If there's anything that I forget or that I'm off on or I leave out, or you just have an opinion in general, leave it in the comments. And I like to grade the episodes before and after my reviews. I'm going to grade this week's episode I'm going to have to give it a... I'm going to give it a C minus. We didn't really get anything in this episode. And then they brought Lily back. Lily's storyline to me is just like so blah. Like, we don't need it. We didn't learn anything new in this episode. Yeah. Nothing shocked me. Nothing. Yeah, no info. So it's just like, yeah. So I'm gonna give it a C minus. Last chance, Tyler Perry's The Oval, Season 6, Episode 3. If you have not seen it, turn this video off so you don't get any spoilers. So, the episode begins where we left off in last week's episode, where Sam busts into Nancy and Richard's house because he hears Nancy moaning, but he thinking that she's in distress. And he catches her sleeping with another man. Dale thinks that Sam is a burglar, so he comes in and tries to hit Sam over the head with a flower pot. But Sam, I think he does it, but Sam ends up getting the best of Dale because, of course, he's a secret service agent. So, Dale's like, I'm drunk. Sorry. Didn't know who you were, basically, as he's on the ground. Nancy starts slurring, talking about, Barry dying and Richard wanting a divorce, and basically tells Sam to tell Richard this is no longer his home. I'm going to call that dude back I was just fucking so he can give me what I've been missing. Just saying a whole bunch of hurtful shit. When she get drunk or when she get intoxicated or inebriated, she say the wildest shit. So back at the White House, Priscilla exits the residence and she tells Isaac, who I've been calling Isaiah this whole time. I thought his name was Isaiah. I knew it started with an I just couldn't remember. But the agent that's like Hunter's right hand agent, Isaac. So she goes to him and she tells him to get the injured men ready to leave to get medical assistance. And Isaac's like, no, because they'll be arrested. And Priscilla's like, I already talked to... No, she said, I'm going to talk to the president, talking about Eli. She said, I'm going to make sure that doesn't happen. They have a little back and forth. Jason advises Isaac not to listen to Priscilla. Back at Nancy and Richard, Sam asks Dale who the man was that Nancy was sleeping with. Dale's like, I don't know. And he's like, Nancy, you should ask Nancy that. Sam's like, well, why are you here? And Dale's like, well, I had nowhere else to go. And I always remember Miss Nancy being so nice. So then Sam tells Dale not to let Nancy drink anymore. And Dale's like, she's a grown woman. I can't control her. And then Sam gives Dale his card and tells him to call him if the guy comes back that Nancy was just sleeping with. And because if Richard catches them, he gonna kill everybody in the house. And Dale's like, you know what? I'm better off on the streets than to deal with this. It's just like, nigga. So Victoria and Bobby, they go into a room to talk privately. Victoria walks up on Bobby, smells him again. And she's like, so Sam was right about you and Simone. And Bobby, of course, is still denying it. Victoria starts to proposition Bobby. She's like, what does the girl have to do to get her turn or whatever? And she's like, I want to see what all the fuss is about. And Bobby's like, you're being totally inappropriate, ma'am. So Victoria's like, well, you didn't smell like her in the Oval, so where did you guys just do it at? And she's like, I will find out. And Bobby's like, knock yourself out. He just told her that, like, he just don't be Bobby really just don't care. Like, if you know, he just don't care. So Victoria calls Bobby a whore and warns him about Simone. She's like, you know, she just wants you. She wants you to make Eli jealous, just like what Max told him. Basically, Bobby's like, I'm done with this, and he leaves the room. So Bobby goes back to his post, and Max is like, what did Victoria say? And Bobby's like, oh, she just playing games. She's not playing games. So Max tells Bobby, like, you need to go change, because if she smelled you, I know, you know Eli's going to know what his wife smells like. He'll smell her on you. Bobby's like, I don't have a change of clothes. Bobby just don't care. He don't seem to care if Eli smells him or not. It's just like, he just so careless. Like, he don't give a fuck about nothing. And we see why in the next episode they show the preview. He's like, I got so much shit I can use to take these motherfuckers down. Yeah, that's true, but who they gonna believe? You just a Secret Service agent. So Bobby and Max start bickering, and then Victoria walks up, and she walks up wanting to go in the Oval. Priscilla's right behind her, and Max stops them both, tells them to wait so he can go inform Eli that they're coming in. So as they wait, and Victoria starts questioning Priscilla about her relations with Bobby, and Priscilla's basically brushing her off, and this is when Victoria tells Priscilla that Bobby is sleeping with Lily, Donald's wife, and Simone, Eli's wife. And she tells her, like, just go over there and smell him. And Priscilla's like, who your husband's fucking? I mean, who you fucking? And she's like, your husband's silly. Just that back and forth between Priscilla and Victoria. Victoria telling Priscilla, you know, Bobby's so stupid, he doesn't even realize that Simone wants Eli to smell him. That's why she put the perfume on him. And it's just like, yeah, that's true. Just like Max said, some of these women are sleeping with you just to make their husbands jealous or make them mad or to get revenge. So Priscilla and Victoria enter the Oval where Donald, Eli, and Alan are there. So Priscilla tells them, you know, I got Hunter to let the injured go. Oh, Cal is in there too. So then Donald tells Cal to make sure that the injured agents get out, and tells him to get all the information he can on Isaac. So Priscilla's like, you can't arrest the wounded. I told Hunter that you wouldn't. And Donald's like, well, it's a good thing you did, but I'm going to do what the fuck I want to do. They attacked a sitting president, talking about Eli. So Priscilla's like, you can't do that. I need him to be able to trust me. Plus, he still has agents up there that are not wounded. So Eli agrees with Priscilla. He's like, we want him to gain her trust. No, we want her to gain his trust. Yeah. So he agrees with Priscilla. And Priscilla's like, I have a way to make Hunter come down. We just need him to think that Eli's going to give him the Oval back. And then she suggests they stage a press conference, like, to basically make it seem like they're going to give Hunter the Oval back. So Victoria's like, that's a terrible idea. And Eli's just like, well, everybody just go home and we're going to regroup in the morning. Donald tells Alan to make sure that none of the staff enter or exit through the main entrance, only through the north and south of the building, whatever it is. Basically, so they won't see that the shootout happened or whatever. So everybody leaves the Oval Office except for Donald. He's the only one in there with Eli. So they sit down, start having a drink. Eli's like, you know, well, so you and Cal. And Donald's like, I'd rather not, sir. And Eli's like, you know, I have good standing with the LGBTQ community. And Donald's like, yes, yeah, you do, sir. And so then Eli tells Donald, you know, you can go home. And Donald's like, I'll stay for a while. And Eli's like, you're not going to call your wife? And Donald's like, you're not going to call yours? And Eli's like, touche. So we get to see Hunter tells Isaac and Jason to let the wounded go. Isaac and Jason, of course, are against it. Hunter's like, oh, this whole ordeal won't stand because I have the house and the Department of Justice. And Isaac is like, but Eli is in your party. And Hunter's like, oh, they hate Eli. So Isaac's like, well, what about Victoria's father? And Hunter's like, well, I just have to hope that he hates Eli too. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Eli and Victoria's father are on good terms. Not like great terms, but I think he tolerates Eli more than he tolerates Hunter, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember. So Hunter, he's like, he demands Isaac to go let the wounded go. So Isaac leaves to comply. Jason asks Hunter why Isaac was fighting with Sam, like physically fighting with Sam. Hunter's like, well, I was trying to figure out from Sam why he was keeping you from me, why he was keeping my son from me. And Jason's like, well, do you think that Sam is on your side? And Hunter's like, I don't know. So Jason's like, well, he thinking he's spilling some beans. He's like, well, I caught Sam sleeping with mom. And Hunter's like, well, I already knew that, son. So Jason's like, well, then what makes you think that Sam is your ally? And Hunter's like, well, because Sam is Secret Service. He took an oath, and I would just have to hope that he holds true to that oath. Excuse me. And he tells Jason, like, don't doubt me. I'm your father. I know what I'm doing, so don't doubt me. And Jason's like, I don't doubt you. I'm just having a hard time with everything since his mother tried to kill him. And Hunter's like, what did he say? He promises to Jason that Victoria will get what's coming to her. And then he asked Jason if he showed Isaac and the other agents the secret tunnels in the White House that he said he was going to show them. And Jason's like, yeah, but not all the tunnels, because like I said, some stuff I don't want to be seen, blase, blase. And Hunter's like, I told you already, who gives a fuck? Like, these agents need to be able to move around, so I need you to show them all the tunnels. So then Hunter gets up to use the bathroom, and Jason's like, oh, snap. Dad, you're walking. You're standing on your own. I ain't even gonna hold you. I forgot he was in the wheelchair, and he was just in the wheelchair like 2 episodes ago. I forgot. Because it's like so much other stuff going on that I didn't even remember he wasn't able to walk. So Priscilla, she goes in the kitchen and starts filling Richard in on her conversation with Hunter. She tells him she was able to convince him. She tells Richard she was able to convince Hunter to let the wounded go. She tells him, but the rest of the staff is being sent home for the day. So basically Richard's on his own. I didn't get that. I was like, he wasn't supposed to be there. He was about to leave, but Sam told him to wait. Why he got to stay now? So Priscilla's like, well, I'm leaving. I'm going to go check on Nancy. And Richard's like, you don't have to do that. I already sent Sam. And Priscilla's like, okay, well, I'll check on her in the morning. And then she leaves. And Sam then calls Richard. And Richard's asking how Nancy is. Sam's like, she's fine. Richard then tells Sam that Priscilla did go talk to Hunter, but Hunter didn't come down from out the residence. So Sam, of course, suspects that they're gonna want Priscilla to go talk to Hunter again. And then he asks where Priscilla is. He's like, I need to talk to her. And Richard's like, she's on her way home. I don't think you need to talk to her at all. I advise against it. So then Sam urges Richard to talk to Nancy. And then Richard's like, I don't have nothing to say to her. I want a divorce. And then Sam's like, well, you know what? You know what? It is a good thing. It's good that you guys don't talk tonight. You guys need a little space. And Richard's like, well, what does that mean? What did she say to you? And, Sam doesn't tell him what happened when he went there. I'm kind of glad Sam didn't tell him, because Nancy ass is on thin ice. So it's just like Richard found that out. He already wanted the divorce. So if he found out she was in there smashing another dude, it's going to really be over. Because I don't think it's really over between them. They just lost their son. They both going through a lot. I feel like there's a chance for them to mend things as long as Richard doesn't find out about that dude. So we get Lily back. Who gives a fuck? But Lily's character is just so... He had the yawn. Like, I'm so over Lily's character. So Donald calls Lily. Of course, he must be in front of Eli. He's like, honey, I'll be home late. I love you, blase, blase. And Lily's like, what straight man are you pretending? Who are you pretending in front of? So they end their little call, and Victoria calls Lily just to basically taunt her. And she's like, Bobby slept with Priscilla and Simone, girl. You might want to get checked out. But then in the same breath, she talking about something. And yeah, what is that D like? What is Bobby D like? And Lily's just like, you're enjoying this. I'm gonna hang up now. So Eli then calls Simone while he's in front of Donald. He's like, I'll be staying at the Oval overnight. And Simone's like, I figure that. And Eli starts apologizing for, I guess, again, I think he was apologizing for when the shootout was happening. He went and cared for Victoria more than her. Simone basically really doesn't really care. She just saying shit. And Eli's like, well, what how'd you get home? And Simone's like, Secret Service. And Eli's like, well, what agent dropped you off? And Simone's like, it wasn't Bobby. If you check, he's there with you. So he couldn't have dropped me off. And I'm like, yeah, she wants him to smell. She wants Eli to smell her on him. Because she's talking about, I know you're going to go check Bobby. He's out there. So yeah, she wanted that to happen. So Victoria then comes storming in. And she's like, she wants to show Eli something. Eli asks Donald to excuse them. So Donald excuses himself. Victoria tells Eli, I smelled Simone's perfume on Bobby. Then she starts showing Eli video footage of Simone and Bobby going into a room together and not coming out for 45 minutes later. So Victoria starts, Eli, of course, is being naive, not believing her. He's like, he rides around with her. So of course he smelled like her. Like, what are you doing, Victoria? So Victoria starts coming on to Eli, but he lets her down. He's like, no, I'm not in the mood. So Victoria says sorry, and she leaves. Donald comes back in, but then Eli immediately rushes out of the Oval. Donald's right behind him. Eli asks Max where Bobby is. Max is like, I think he's trying to stall for his buddy. Poor Max. He's like, he's in the break room. So Eli storms off, and Max goes behind him. So Cal approaches Alan as he's about to get in his car and just threatens him if he's telling outside parties about what's going on in the White House. Alan then threatens Cal to run him over with his car. And then he gets in his car and leaves. A really pointless scene. And then we get this final scene. Eli confronts Bobby as Bobby's finally washing up a little too late. Should have did it right after he fucked Simone instead of waiting till motherfucking Max and Victoria smelled the perfume on him. So he washing up. Max basically trying to cover for Bobby. He's like, he spilled something on his suit. And Eli's like, Max, wait for us outside. And Max is like, I don't think that's a good idea, sir. So he doesn't leave. Eli snatches Bobby's shirt and smells it. And he's like, so you are fucking my wife. And that's how the episode ends. Like I said, nothing spectacular happened. I guess you could say only thing spectacular that happened was Hunter is back on his feet. But, I mean, who didn't think that was going to happen? So it's just like nothing surprising, nothing shocking, nothing informational happened in this episode. That's why I would just say I would give it a C-. Nothing really stood out for me. We see in the next episode, Richard gonna come home and Dale gonna tell Richard that Nancy got drunk. I don't know if he gonna find out she slept with another dude. Cause if he do, like I said, I feel like it's gonna be over between them. We see that cop dude who Donald ruined, the cop dude that helped Lily. We see that the one Donald ruined his life. We see he's gonna be outside of Lily's house. Maybe he's gonna help her escape. I don't know. What is Eli gonna do to Bobby? We see Bobby talking about, I got all this information on these people. They can't touch me. It's just like, yeah, but like like, who's going to believe you over the sitting president? So it's just like, yeah, but it wasn't a lot happening. So, I mean, it don't look like it's nothing good we're going to see in the next episode, but we should just wait and see. But those are my little thoughts or whatever for this week's episode. And comment below what you would grade this week's episode, what you thought of it. And if there's anything that I left out or I forgot or I was off on or you just want to comment, leave it in the comments. Like and subscribe to the channel. If you sat here for 20 minutes and watch this review, you can take 5 seconds to like and subscribe. It's the best way to support my channel. It's free. It's anonymous. Takes 5 seconds to do. If you like things Tyler Perry, The Oval, then other things in your algorithm and timeline will pop up for The Oval if you like and subscribe to this video and this channel. And it helps Black content creation. Like, the list goes on and on about liking and subscribing and helping supporting my channel. So yeah, just like and subscribe, comment below. Thanks for watching this review, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.